Good evening and welcome to TC Network. I am Tingley Tim Hoke bringing you today's news. Today's top headlines include Kuki-Zo Awakening Day observed at various hill districts of Manipur. Student bodies also observed the day at Jantar Mantar. Kuki chief denounced CM and Biren Singh's claims on emergence of 996 new villages. Humanity perishes in Manipur. Congress slams PM Modi's remorseless silence as crisis turned 1 year. News in details. Today marks 1 year of living in conflict, bloodshed, fear and sorrow for citizens of Manipur. 1 year since clashes broke out between the Meitei and the Kuki communities in the state. Over 185 innocent people killed, 200 plus villages burned and plundered, over 60,000 people displaced, and thousands living without basic necessities. Over 360 plus churches and synagogues demolished and burned. Kuki-Zo people of Lamka observe 1 year Meitei ethnic cleansing against Kuki-Zo on this fateful day of May 3rd under the theme Kuki-Zo Awakening Day. The Kuki in Manipur will observe the day as Kuki-Zo Awakening Day, symbolizing the newfound socio-political consciousness of the Kuki-Zo people. Kim says 3rd May is a day of profound awakening for the Kuki-Zo people, emerging from the depths of systemic persecution and oppression perpetrated by the Manipur state government, a day for the Kukis to reconsider our principles on coexistence, rewrite history, redirect our priorities, and re-evaluate our strengths and weaknesses. In Lamka town, the observance of the Kuki-Zo Awakening Day was divided into 4 sessions, where in the first session, mass prayer was organized in every churches from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. In the second session, Christian Goodwill Council Lamka led a condolence program at Martyr Cemetery 2nd, Lamka, where floral tribute from the martyrs' family, followed by all CSO leaders, was also conducted eventfully. The third session is the most important part of the day, where all the Kuki-Zo citizens of Lamka town gathered in front of the wall of remembrance to Ibung to observe the Kuki-Zo Awakening Day. The program was from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., where the Kuki-Zo citizens unitedly adorned the program to honor and remember our martyrs who died in the hands of atrocious Meiteis in the most inhuman way. The fourth program will be conducted at 7 p.m. this afternoon, where a candlelight vigil program will be held in remembrance of our martyrs. During the observance of the program, a donation for the frontline volunteers was also made, while the joint artist was presenting the crowd with a beautiful patriotic song. 1 year observance message was given by Albert Renley, Chairman Joy United, John K. Ngaite, Chairman Jomi Council, C.H. Zhang Hongsai, President Kuki in Manipur, Laldolin Varte, Convener JPO, and Lamka Prayer Fellowship. The leaders who delivered speech today spoke of unity and that it is the only way to win this war and get what we had been demanding. They also speak of what happened on May 3rd last year, where a peaceful tribal solidarity march against Meitei ST demand turned violent due to unknown Meitei miscreants burning the Anglo-Kuki Centenary Gate at Toll Lane on May 3, 2023. That was the spark that leads to these mass damages in the state. The Kukis had suffered so much torture in the hands of Meiteis, but till now, the central government had been turning a blind eye, and today marks the completion of 365 days of sufferings in the hands of the Meiteis. One would think that the leaders of both communities, the state and the country, would retrospect and make serious efforts to take a hold of the situation. However, it is a pity that seems unlikely. After 1 year, the Prime Minister seems to be in denial of the fact that all is not well in Manipur. The Chief Minister is still biased towards his own Meitei community, while leaders of both communities remain intolerant and vindictive. The Meiteis took over their faults and accused the Kuki-Zo community as narco-terrorists, where in reality they are actually playing the big game of narcotics and black business. Also, the Meiteis with their fabricated history accused the Kuki-Zo people as illegal immigrants so as to divert the central government attention and sympathy over the Kuki-Zo citizens. After all these false accusations and inhuman treatment made by the Meiteis over the Kukis, it comes to light that separated administration is the only solution. The Kuki-Zo community across Cedar Hills, Kangpopi district marked 1 year of Kuki-Zo Martyrs Remembrance Day as Separation Day under the theme, Be Strong and Courageous, drawn from Joshua chapter 1, verse 9, with the resounding slogan, You sacrifice your today for our tomorrow. The solemn event held at the Martyrs Cemetery in Paisang Village, Cedar Hills, Kangpopi District, under the aegis of the Committee on Tribal Unity, Cedar Hills Kangpopi District, was attended by thousands of Kuki-Zo people, including family members and loved ones of the fallen Kuki-Zo martyrs. The Separation Day was observed with a total and absolute shutdown across the entire district, which began at midnight on May 2nd and will culminate at midnight on May 3. Apart from those exempted from the purview of the total shutdown, all types of vehicles stay off the road, leaving the otherwise busy National Highway 2 deserted and desolate. As directed by the committee, the Kuki-Zo community displayed unity and respect by hoisting black flags at their respective homes while observing candlelight vigils. Additionally, candlelight vigils were also held along the National Highway from Gamgipai to Tapao and in all bazaar and town areas. During the solemn noon session, a heartfelt floral tribute was accompanied by a profound gun salute paying homage to the fallen Kuki-Zo martyrs. The entire Kuki-Zo community stood unified in commemorating Remembrance Day as a Separation Day, donning solemn black attire. A brief report by KOTU's General Secretary Lammin Lunsingsit was followed by a keynote address from the committee's Vice Chairman Luntang Hauki before the Separation Day observation message from various Kuki-Zo bodies, including the apex body and chief associations, etc. Speaking on the sidelines of the observation, KOTU's medical cell coordinator, NG Lun Kipgen, said that the Remembrance Day observed on the 3rd of every month has gained significance today as it has completed 1 year. He pointed out that during this whole year, not a single instruction or action has been initiated by the center to the state to stop the unabated attacks on the Kuki-Zo community. Emphasizing the significance of observing Separation Day, and Jilun Kipgen underscored that each observance serves as a poignant reminder to the central government that within the East Timor nation of India, a segment of the state has veered towards Talibanization, bulldozing the separation of the minority Kuki-Zo from the majority Meitei, and it is for this compelling reason that the Kuki-Zo community steadfastly observes Separation Day. He also said that it is also to provide solace to the bereaved families of the fallen Kuki-Zo martyrs.
The significance of today's program stems from the attention that's given to the minority Kuki-Zo community by the center government as well as the concerned authority. Now this completion of 1 year in effect tells a lot of story that the state in the erstwhile Manipur has no governance at all. Now the sad part for the Kuki-Zo community is that even the center government seems to be giving a leeway to the state government. That's why we have been observing the 3rd of every month to give solace to our departed soul and give confidence to the bereaved family. And in fact, to tell the world that in such a large democratic state, the part of, in the Northeast, the part of has been Talibanized.
Similar program was also organized at More, where thousands of people gathered at Galngam Lentol. The program was organized by Kuki in Pitingnopal in collaboration with other civil society organizations of the town. As part of the program, testimonies from various victims' families were delivered. Leaders of the civil society spoke on the occasion, encouraging the people. The Kuki Students Organization, Delhi and NCR also organized a protest at Jantar Mantar, Delhi, in solemn remembrance of the year-long forced exodus of the Kuki-Zo community from Manipur's capital city Imphal and its periphery areas, a place they once called home. The protest was organized under the theme, Justice Delayed is Justice Denied. The Kuki Inpi and apex body of the Kuki tribes had met calls for remembering 3rd May as the Kuki-Zo Awakening Day, signifying the conscious awakening of the Kuki-Zo tribals from majoritarian suppression and discrimination. The past 365 days witnessed the worst forms of violation of individual right to life and dignity, with multiple cases of members from the Kuki-Zo community being gang raped, beheaded, butchered, burned alive, and hunted down in the most barbaric manner. A book titled The Indelible Trauma, published by the Kuki Students Organization General Headquarters, was also released during the program. The book exposes the Meitei secessionist and anti-national policies, including their constant attacks against Indian Army personnel. It also includes evidence with pictures of Manipur Chief Minister and Biren Singh's divisive policy against the Kuki-Zo tribals. A speaker who has been active in countering the Meitei's false narrative on X, formerly Twitter, mentioned the importance of social media in tackling majoritarian propaganda. Another speaker talked about the Anglo-Kuki War 1917 to 1919 and the Kukis' contribution in the Indian independence movement by fighting alongside Subhash Chandra Bose. He proudly proclaimed, "My blood is Indian, Swaraj is my birthright." A resident from Imphal recalled the harrowing experiences she faced on the night of 3rd May 2023, when Meitei mobs of more than 800 people attacked her colony, burning down churches and houses while chanting, "Find the cookies, kill the cookies." Another resident, who is a student, recalled seeing a WhatsApp status uploaded of a Manipur University Students' Union leader, where a crowd assembled outside the university gate, calling one another to search and attack the Kuki students residing in MU campus. She mentioned how her friends had to jump down from the top floors or hide in the drain to escape the attacking mob. Speakers and protesters alike collectively acknowledged the bravery and commitment of the Kuki village volunteers, who, bearing the harsh weather conditions, constantly guards all the Kuki-dominated areas which are still under attack. 3rd May 2024 marks 1 year of the death of justice and total absence of law and order in Manipur. The past 12 months, the Kukis have witnessed extreme barbarism and all sorts of inhuman acts. At this point, the Kukis have only one dream: to live and govern themselves separately. Physical separation has been completed. What remains is political separation, as prescribed by Article 3 of the Constitution of India. Repeated calls for peace by social and political leaders alike will be in vain unless peace is accompanied by justice. At this critical juncture, it is important to remember that justice delayed is justice denied. The protest witnessed a huge attendance, numbering thousands, signifying the Kuki-Zo people's intense spirit in their fight for justice and demand for a separate administration. In a sharp rebuttal to Manipur Chief Minister and Biren Singh's recent remarks alleging the emergence of 996 new villages in the state, the Kuki Chief Association Manipur has refuted the assertions, labeling them as baseless and devoid of factual basis. And Biren Singh's remarks, which purportedly link the creation of these new villages to migrants from Myanmar, have drawn fierce criticism from the KCAM, which represents the interests of the Kuki community in Manipur. Let Hussein Mate, the President Secretary External of KCAM, condemned the CM's statement, asserting that they not only lack historical context but also disrespect the customs and traditions of the Kuki people. Mayor stated that the establishment of new villages within Kuki lands is guided by long-standing customary laws and inheritance practices, which have been respected and upheld for generations. He stressed that Biren Singh's failures to acknowledge these fundamental aspects of Kuki society only serve to sow confusion and discord in the region. Furthermore, Mate expressed concerns over the CM's inconsistent stance on issues such as illegal immigration, suggesting that such discrepancies undermine the credibility of his statements and erode public trust in the government's leadership. The KCAM urged the government to conduct thorough investigations before making sweeping allegations that could inflame tensions and strain inter-community relations. Mate stated the importance of fostering dialogue and understanding among all stakeholders to address complex issues facing the state, rather than resorting to divisive rhetoric that only deepens existing divides. In a scathing attack on the BJP-led government at the center, Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge on May 3 has accused Prime Minister Narendra Modi of being apathetic and remorseless over the unabated violence that has gripped Manipur for a year now. Marking the grim anniversary of the state's descent into chaos on May 3, 2023, Kharge took to X to lambast the Modi government's handling of the crisis. Humanity perished in Manipur, he wrote, blaming the cruel combination of an apathetic Modi government and an inept BJP state government for virtually dividing the state into two halves. Kharge highlighted Prime Minister Narendra Modi's absence from the bolder state, saying, "A remorseless PM Modi has not set foot in this bolder state, for it exposes his rank incompetency and absolute indifference. His ego has damaged the social fabric of a beautiful state." The Congress chief accused the BJP of making lives miserable for the people of Manipur and the Northeast, asserting that the government's shameless drumbeating about so-called development drew the voices of humanity in the region. Citing the staggering toll of over 220 life lost, 60,000 displaced, and thousands languishing in camps under abominable conditions, Kharge declared that the people of India now know the Modi government has no iota of sympathy for the countless lives they destroyed in Manipur. He also mentioned the horrific instances of violence, including rape, public humiliation of women, and clashes between police trainees from different communities. Kharge criticized the Prime Minister for keeping quiet until outrage forced him to pay lip service in August 2023, which now reverberates hollow. The Congress leader further highlighted the security personnel being murdered, the looting of arms and ammunition, and the coercion of MPs MLAs by an armed group at the heavily guarded Kangla Fort, where the Congress state president was brutally assaulted and tortured. Concluding his scathing remarks, Kharge stated, "There is no semblance of governments. Law and order has collapsed. With deep sense of sadness, we pay our tribute to the countless innocent lives who suffered this unimaginable violence and who are still suffering, searching for a glimmer of hope for peace to return. Due to the BJP, normalcy and peace evades Manipur." The Kuki-In Manipur Kim submitted a 4-point memorandum to the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi, for kind redressal as the whole Kuki-Zo communities are observing its awakening day today, the 3rd of May 2024. The 4-point memorandum is submitted as an ultimate appeal to the government of India, urging a shift in focus and attention towards the plight of the Kuki-Zo people, who have endured systemic oppression and persecution under the Manipur state government and the Valley-based insurgent groups such as the Arambay Tengo, Meitei Lipun and other Meitei terror outfits, UNLF, PLA, KYKL, etc., engineered and sponsored by the Manipur state government. The memorandum highlights certain pressing concerns that the Kuki-Zo community is faced with, of which expediting of a permanent political solution for the Kuki-Zo people as proposed by the Kuki-Zo SOO groups remains an utmost concern. Separate administration is the only viable solution to the gross violation of human rights and the long history of oppression and subjection faced by the Kuki-Zo community under the Manipur state government. Other concerns include the establishment of stringent measures ensure the safety and security of the Kuki-Zo people from Meitei aggression, the recovery of dead or missing bodies, the complicity of the Manipur state government in anti-national activities as terror funding, shielding of militants from the ambit of law enforcement, and the deliberate handing over of government arms and ammunition to VBIGs. May 3 of every year will be observed a day of great awakening for the Kuki-Zo people, symbolizing their emergence from the ruins of the systemic persecution and oppression of our people under the Manipur state government towards revolutionary transformation of our land and our society. Today at around 6 a.m., a police gypsy met with accident in Infal More Highway under Technopole Police Station jurisdiction near Sinam village. More Additional SP MD Riaz and his men were traveling towards More, where they unfortunately met with the accident. Sources say that the additional SP himself was driving the gypsy. In the accident, one constable who was an escort was seriously injured and was rushed for treatment, but he succumbed to his injuries and died later on. An ASI officer was also seriously injured in the accident. The constable who passed away was identified as one MD Abdul Latif, son of Abdul Rasid, 35 years old, from Sangayung Part 2, Chirapur Mathak, Laikhai, Thoubal District. Union Home Minister and Bharatiya Janata Party leader Amit Shah, in an exclusive interview with Network 18 Group Editor-in-Chief Rahul Joshi, rebuked the claims of Delhi Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party Chief Arvind Kejriwal's wife Sunita that there was a conspiracy to kill him in jail. He said that Tihar jail, where Kejriwal is lodged, comes under the Delhi government, whose CM is Kejriwal. Look, Tihar jail comes under the Delhi government, whose chief minister is Kejriwal ji. So is he conspiring to kill himself? Asked Shah. When further questioned about claims that the DG Prisons reports to Delhi police, Shah said not at all. Prisons report straight to the Delhi government. When asked about the center's role in it, he said, no question at all. As per India Today Northeast, when asked about the Supreme Court's questioning of the timing of the arrest of Kejriwal by Enforcement Directorate, Shah said, ED will explain that before the Supreme Court. If they had appeared before the agency after the first summons, they would have been arrested 6 months before the elections. Many times summonses were sent, but they did not come. Kejriwal, who has been in judicial custody since April 1 and will remain there till May 7, was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate on March 21 after the Delhi High Court refused to grant him protection from coercive action by the ED. He was arrested under stringent sections of the PMLA for his involvement in money laundering linked to the now scrapped Delhi excise policy. His party has been claiming that the arrest was illegal and that he was not being given adequate medical attention in jail. Justice Sanjeev Khanna of the Supreme Court asked on Tuesday, "Liberty is very exceedingly important. You can't deny that." The last question is with regard to the timing of the arrest, which they have pointed out the timing of the arrest soon before the general elections. On the first anniversary of the eruption of ethnic violence in Manipur, the Congress party launched a scathing attack on Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his continued silence on the crisis-riddled state. In a social media post, Congress Rajya Sabha MP Jairam Ramesh accused the BJP-led government of stoking divisions through its cynical and divisive politics, leading to a civil war-like situation in Manipur, said India Today Northeast. Ramesh stated that despite hundreds of casualties, thousands displaced, and a breakdown of constitutional machinery acknowledged by the Supreme Court, the Prime Minister has not visited Manipur, met with stakeholders, or made substantive statements addressing the crisis. What is astounding is that just 15 months earlier in the assembly elections, the BJP and its allies had received a thundering mandate. That mandate evaporated on May 3, 2023, entirely because of the BJP's own miscalculations and manipulations, Ramesh said. The Congress leader criticized the BJP's bluff and ruled policy in the Northeast, accusing it of prioritizing short-term political gains over addressing community concerns, which he claimed has blown apart the social fabric of Manipur and risked a similar situation in Nagaland. Ramesh lamented that despite a 123-minute speech during the no-confidence motion, the PM spoke on Manipur for just 3 minutes in very general terms, indicating he had abandoned the people of Manipur. Praising Rahul Gandhi's outreach, including 2 visits to Manipur, Ramesh said, "The pain and agony of the people of Manipur is the pain and agony of the people of India. The violence erupted on May 3, 2023 after protests by the All Tribal Students Union of Manipur, leading to clashes between the Meitei and Kuki communities and deployment of paramilitary forces. That is all for today's news, and have a pleasant evening ahead.